will be a code for a collector, and it's light on fuel because it's 1.5. But man, nah, man, nah. I'd buy this just as a beta. You know what's a beta? It's a car that you're willing to use up until it breaks to the last, up until its last breath, basically. Like speed it up, thrash it up until it gives in, it gives up. Cause yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Tuseko from Gadget Berry, and today I'm gonna be showing you a comprehensive video on how you can buy yourself cheap cars at SMD, and I'll show you exactly how much it costs and the added the extra costs that you pay. So I'll show you exactly that how much you must expect to pay for a specific car that you're interested in. Just simply search SMD on your browser once you are connected to the net, which I'm currently not. Um, I'll connect in a minute. You This video firstly is inspired by a subscriber. His name is very hard to pronounce, I will not lie. But because I can still see it and I'm still trying to connect, which I will be connected soon, guys. Worry not, in a second I'll be connected. He said, hi, you should discuss the fees and commission that needs to be paid as well as well and give examples of how much it could be. So yeah, and like this comment is the reason why I made this video. His name is at Hami Mia here. Hami Hamim, I'm here. That's his name, yeah. So he was watching one of my videos about car auctions, and he said he would like to see the actual prices and the added cost on top, because obviously you don't just pay the price that you see on the bid. Um, sorry, on the auction. Something happened. I filmed this video before, but the audio, it wasn't taking the audio, so there were some deals that were going through live, and the cars sold for prices that I had predicted, and some sold for close to those prices. Like, I really wanted to show you that, guys, but I couldn't, so I'm recording a second video. I hope this one takes the audio quite well, but it's cool. I'd like to believe that now I've done my homework a bit better. I know about most of the cars that I'm gonna find here, and I know what to say about them. And now the formulas are in my head to count the price, the percentages and stuff that you need to pay extra. But firstly, let me show you the about. That's where you can find these extra costs about us. Is it there? No, it's not there. But you need to read this before you commit for your buy a car at SMT, because it gives you an overview. It gives you um their like what's it gives you an idea of their services and expertise. And as it says here, professional vehicle management and disposal solutions. So there's a lot that you can learn here, and if you wanna contact them, there's a number directly down there. You can use that number and contact them about the prices just to confirm the information that I'm giving to you guys. However, there is a way to not really a way, but there was a way. What did I say? Not really a way, and then I said there was a way. Okay, let me say there is. Oh, yeah, the auction calculator. This is what we're looking for. I haven't downloaded this document. I don't know why I'm going to the internet for it. but this is a document you must have. Um, it even shows. It shows a table down below. Now let me show you how. Let me tell you how it works before we start the table just a bit. You have to pay a 5% buyer's premium. For example, if you are buying a 10,000 rands car, you'd have to pay an extra 500 rands, and then you have to pay a standard 2,295 document handling fee. Okay, turns out it's three things to pay for. On the previous video, there was something that I didn't mention. I mentioned it, but I didn't mention it quite comprehensively. So I think this is giving me an opportunity to correct myself, to redeem myself. So there's a standard 2,395 document handling fee that I kept leaving out because I was only counting the 5% buyer's premium and the value added tax. The value added tax on the vehicle is going to be 15% because that's the South African standard value uh, at SARS. And the 5% is going to be 5%, but it's going to vary obviously per vehicle. Even the VAT will vary per price, but what's not going to change is the 2,395 document handling fee. I remember about 2 3 years ago, this 2,395 used to be about 1.7, 1.5. So it has went up with inflation. Now let's show you some cars. I was There was something that was just under the Ford Ranger, but it sold. It sold, and I can't show it to you now. But the Ranger, I checked on Facebook. It's moving. This single cab, 2021 single cab, 2.2 XL TDCI is moving for around 200,000, 180,000, 160, 170. So if you're looking for profit, yes, you can buy this car because it's a starter and the mileage is not bad at all. But it's a stolen and recovered car with AAPV numbers. But it's a starter. So what's gonna be happening is that the cops are gonna be demanding cold drink from you the entire time they see you and they start searching your car because they're gonna see that it's got AAPV numbers. Then they're gonna start trying to criminalize you because this is South Africa. The cops always want money for nothing. I mean, I was at this one station I will not mention by name. Uh, just for an affidavit, this cop wanted money. She was like, it was a whole entourage of them. Maybe it was 8 to 7 cops in that small office, and all of them were in the same vibe. We borrowed the pen to write an affidavit, and she was like, "Oh, my pen is not free," because she knew that we were selling a car. Like I was selling a car, so she knew that there was a transaction that was gonna be made. But I outsmarted them because when they made me write the price on the what you call the affidavit, because they asked about the price, I gave them a bonkers amount, cheap amount, so they won't see any room for their bribe whatsoever. So I was showing you the car around. The cops always want money, not all of them. Guys, don't get me wrong, not all of them, but some of them will want money for things that they get paid for month end. They want money to make you an affidavit. They want money to borrow you a pen that is state supplied. And I had my pen, it's just that mine was blue, but the affidavit must be written in a black pen. So I had to borrow her pen. And she was like, my pen is not free. But whatever. That's that. That's a story for another day. I've shown you this one. It's going for 139,000. Now, I'd buy this one and sell it at maybe 165,000 rands if it stays at 139,000. But it still says STC subject to confirmation. I don't know. I really don't know. Um, what's my or what's my stance on this STC now? Because I see cars getting sold with STC without saying now selling, or maybe they have a reserve. But here's this Polo selling. I thought we were gonna miss it. It just sold. We missed it. We missed it. Yeah, we missed it. It just sold. Um, it was moving for what? 40 grand at the time. It's sold for 52,000 rands. That was the highest bidder. Now on that 52,000 rands, let's do the maths together. How much did this person end up spending on this Polo? It's a starter, so not a problem. The 2020 model, easy, and it's not a normal one. Let me, I no, let me, yeah, it's a trend line, but so it's got some buttons on the steering wheel. I'm gonna show you the car, but first let's count this 5%. So say 52,000 rent. If you wanna know how to count percentage, and you know times the the number that we want to get a percentage, like a percent off, which is 5 times 5, and divided by 100. That gives us 2.6. So already say 52,000, 52,000, 52,000 plus 26. That's already 54,600. And then he had to spend the 2,395, 2,395 document handling fee. Is at 50,000. It's at 56,000 and it's 95,000 at this point. Then he has to pay 15,000 VAT. 15,000 VAT, 15%, sorry, not 15,000, 15% VAT. So 52,000 times 15 divided by 100 gives us 7.8. So his tax is 7.8. So the total that this chap is gonna pay for this car is 64,000 rand 795. Because when you say 7.8 plus 52,000 rands, of which was the purchase amount, plus the 26, which is the 5% buyer's premium, plus the 2,395, which is a document handling fee. This man pays 64,795 rands. So just over just over 12. It's over it caught over 12,000 rands, 795,000 rands in extras. So yes, to my subscriber that was asking me that question, I've decided to give you guys a comprehensive video regarding that. So let me show you the interior of this. It's got a lot of damage, but it's the high spec one. I see the bumper. It's the lovely one, sharp, sporty one, with fog lights, nice mag rims there. But the man has to do a lot of work. He has to buy doors. He has to buy quarters, front quarters, and rear quarter. Like the entire board is smashed. Yeah, unless if he has a shell that he's gonna use, but and do a keeper faga. But otherwise, I oh, good thing it's starting. It's a Polo, man. There was a Corolla which sold for bonkers amount, which was not starting, had airbags popped all over the car. It went for about, I don't know, 78,000. Here's what I like about a car. It's idling at just over one, which it shouldn't, by the way. It should idle just under 1,000 RPMs. But I always compare this. I always use this idle thing as a way to measure the health of a car. You see, there's no check engine light or whatsoever, but the idle tells me something about a car. This one, since it's idling just above 1000 RPM, it means one of the following things. The throttle body might be clogged, so it might be dirty, might need a cleanup. Then the revs will drop and the car will perform more efficiently. Or maybe the idle air control valve is needs to be changed or is clogged as well. Um, and the revs will drop. Um, those are the only two things that I believe could cause this. Those are very, very small things. Now let's carry on. Look at the picture. You get a normal key with the button to flip it, with the button to flip open, and then you get a Golf One style key. 4 liters. I mean, four-cylinder engine. Is this a 1 point? This is a 1.4. Lovely. Because this 1.6 Polos are tested, guys. Don't be fooled by them being all over the road and think that they're light on fuel. Get yourself a 1.4 if you can. And if you go up the notch and get the other design. Oh, this is the design. It even has a 1.2. This is the design I'm talking about. It's called the Polo 6. We call it a Polo 6. Um, oh, high mileage Beamer. Is it a V6? Because some people are into that. Like me, I'm into BMWs a lot. I love BMW a lot because they make great spinner cars. And yeah, and this is petrol. And they are quite. I mean, even as fogs. I mean, this is a 320D. It's not petrol. It's diesel. But I'd still take it. Is it starting? No, it's not starting. It's moving at 33,000 at the moment. Look at this luxury, man. I'd take it and be prepared, just like Mumbo said. When you buy a non-runner, be prepared to buy a whole new engine. So I love the fact that this one is a manual, meaning that okay, I don't think I can drift in a diesel car or spin or whatever, but I think it makes it much easier. Man. Mm. Leather sets, gauge cluster, neat, high mileage, yes. Um, I mean, I still love BMW's old gauge clusters. No problem with them at all. Uh, is it a V6? That's what I want to check, or a four-cylinder. That's what I'm more interested in. Uh, I think this is a four-cylinder. I don't think it's a V6. But if I were to go for an old school, for a high mileage Beamer, I'd go for a V6. Not that they are any reliable, but I'd go for a V6. But for a car that I'd advise anyone to go and get right now at the auction house there at SMD, it's a Capture. This particular one, by the way, this 2016 Renault Capture is a zero point 0.9 liter vehicle crossover sort of. I mean, look at it. It's not a small hatchback. It's a crossover. It's like an SUV sort of. and it's only a 0.9 liter, which is very, very light on fuel. I think it would give you about 5 liters. I think it would average 5 liters to the 100. Let's Google that up real quick because I really want to be sure about these numbers. So it's a Renault Capture, Renault Capture one, sorry, 0.9 fuel consumption. Now it says a Clio, cause that's what I touched. But I want a after car capture. Capture. That's what I want. Renault Capture 0.90 E 90 horsepower. Start and stop system. Okay, it says it uses 6 liters for 100 kilometers in the city, but in the highways it uses 4.4 liters to the 100, which in mpg is the first one 6 liters per 100 kilometers is 39 US mpg or 47.8 UK mpg. 4.4 liters to the 100 is 53.6 US mpg, which is a lot, or 64 UK.2 UK mpg. 22.73 kilometers per liter, just to summarize it more. Now I've shown you how much it costs. Let's say you were going to get yourself this capture as I advised you, because it's going around 30 grand, and I know it's gonna end up moving for 40 or something. I mean, it's because it's a Renault. Let me see, 2016. It's still relatively new. The mileage is at 111,000. Let's see the comments. There's no comments. At least this thing was not flooded, or maybe something. If there's something bizarre that happened on the car, they tell you there in the comments down below. Now see nice features within the car. I can't see the features, but I'd say nice design. Main feature I can see is the touch screen. It pretty much looks like an adult Clio, just an older Clio. Even the gauge cluster, right? Because the Clio is like this too, but it's just bigger. It's got a start stop button and the exact same 0.9 liter engine that the Clio uses. It's the same unit, same engine. It looks bizarre to me. I'm scared of these cars. Like, I won't lie to you, but I would buy a running one, or even if it's not running, I'd buy this one because of the new mentality that I got just in 2024. I've been hovering around this mentality, but the fact that someone else who's in the car industry or whatsoever also has it in mind, it made me uh, think about it as like the most fundamental thing to consider when buying a non-runner. Be prepared to buy a new motor. Be prepared to buy a new motor. It's cheap, would say, from Chicano's Customs. I love them a lot, by the way. So I always watch their videos. Um, I wish I grow like them one day. My own workshop, my own E30s, and big ups to Nkabi, by the way, representing us there in UK in Gravity, and it won. By the way, if you don't know, Nkabi is a car that was built by Chicano's Customs. It's a BMW The oldest ones, even as a carburetor, I will not really say what it is, but if I can remember, it's a 630 CSL or something, but it's something like that. Let me see on the internet. Let me just search the car, guys. You don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, MW. I'll show you the particular one. Nkabi GP. It's a very, very famous car. Because Nkabi has made us proud, man. So, yes, Nkabi. It's a BMW E9. Yes, Chip Musa. It won Gravity, took first place. Yes, our car. Made South Africa proud. South African car builders proud. Yes, Chip Musa was very proud because he was the winner. I mean, the likes of Armstrong, of Matt Armstrong, were they, but they did not win. I mean, this car definitely adds something special to it, and it's a left-hand side drive too. So this is the car called Nkabi. Um, let me see if there's any other deal that would entice me. Corolla Quest 1.6 and 5,000 is starting. No, cause it's gonna end up selling for 120,000. People are gonna bid hard for this. I like paying cheap for my things. This Jeep is starting 2.4. Can buy it to sell it. Cause you might think something looks like as they always say, another man's trash is another man's treasure. I know a lot of people that love Jeeps, and it's a lot of young niggas dream to own a Jeep, and this one is just a 2.4 liter, so I don't think it's gonna suffer that much. I mean, prepare yourself for 11 liters per 100 kilometers, 12 something like that. But otherwise, you're getting yourself pretty much a solid SUV here for the money. Um, it starts. Um, it has a good mileage, 100,170. It's 100,017,072 kilometers on the car, so it's not bad at all. Which year is it? 2008 with an automatic gearbox. Wear and tear on the seats. Be prepared to fix that. This one is not on, so I cannot judge it by the idle. Um, and it's not showing a fuel consumption on the trip computer there. Just to prove my guess. Now, let's do this. Let's copy and paste this and see what it uses on fuel. Because I'm really interested in that, and I'd like to see if my estimations are bang on. Fuel well consumption. It it makes 24.6 miles per gallon. Now we're looking for. Oh, okay. And then okay. So the automatic one will use 9.2 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, and 7.3 liters on the highway. Combined, it's 8.3 liters to the 100. So yeah, so they're giving it to it. So I guess I shot on a bit. I was realistic with the numbers because they're giving you marketing numbers. I'm being realistic. I know what it's gonna cost you to run this car on fuel. 'Cause it's a 2.4 liter, bro. Like two engines of a Kia Picanto or Chevy Spark. So now you have to power two engines. You have to pay. For example, if a guy that's driving a Chevy Spark 1.2 liter puts on um, refills for 500, and you also do the same, that means you're gonna go 50% less than he's gonna go because you are powering two engines sort of in terms of that scope. If you look at things in that scope, so a gentleman by that name I said earlier, who's my subscriber, whom I appreciate very much, um, asked me to to actually talk about the numbers and be comprehensive about the extra fees that the people have to pay. So now here's a video that I'm making. Here's a polo. It's gonna be going at less than a minute. I assume that this car is gonna go for 55,000 rands. Let me see the all-round condition because it's a starter, right? Yes, and the mileage is about half a million, but nobody cares. It's a Polo. It has a proven track record like a Toyota, sort of. It's that it can last for years and years. It will outlive your children, and their children as well. But anyways, the bid history is zero, so the car is not gonna go for 37 grand. Oh, it's still subject to confirmation. It's not selling now. Okay, but meanwhile, let's look at the pictures. Disclaimer, please notice the cookies whatsoever. Let's see what happens after 55 seconds. The interior, at the rear, you get window winders, no no pocket cup holders on the doors, just two speakers, each one on each side, and there's this two mini cup holder thingies that I'm not a fan of. There's one cup holder on the front, but a neat dashboard, neat car, clean car on the interior. I will not lie. And you can see the owner loved it so much that he or she made sure that he puts a wrap on his seat just so the damage isn't feathered. Feathered, is that a word? Wow. Um, it expired. I don't know why. Uh, I don't know why it expired. The vehicle is not yet available for sale. You can watch the vehicle and we will notify you as soon as it becomes available. Yes, so I just wanted to see what happens. So when it says STC, just wait for the car or click on it and click a button to be notified once it goes on sale because maybe it means they are still sorting out some things with the owner, the previous owner, or the bank or whatsoever. Here's another zero point 0.9 liter Renault, but we're not gonna give it a chance. Let's move on. Here's a car that's selling now. It's moving at 73,000 rands right now. And it's a Nissan Almera 1.5 liter Accenter, good for an e-hailing business. It's gonna be selling in 13 minutes, 51 seconds. This car is gonna go for around 80 to 85,000 rands, and let's just predict 80,000 because oh yeah, 80 maximum because there's only one bidder at the moment who's bid for it. It's an ugly car, but once you put good rims on it, I've seen, wow, good 17-inch rims on it. It looks stunning. Let's check the interior. Two cup holders at the back with the armrester and an air vent with a fan speed controller. Wow, that's luxury at the back. Multifunctional steering wheel with buttons on it. but it's looking ugly and bland. I mean, that V-shaped steering, not on. It's just an ugly car, man, for me. But I'd buy it because it's practical. Those door handles, those door latches, those silver latches to exit the car, man. Come on, stop playing games with me. Now, here's how I check the car's health. Remember what I said about the idle? It's like it's like how the car is breathing with the idle air control valve and the throttle body, like how the air is getting in and stuff. So if it's constant at a high rev like this, because it should be under 1000 RPM. If it's constantly in one place, you can check things like throttle body, maybe it's dirty, or an IAC valve, or if it's just revving up and down like on its own when the car is on, and what you need to do to carry on driving, just disconnect the IAC valve or the TPS, which is the throttle body sensor. Disconnect those and you're going to be able to drive, but you need to change either your IAC valve or your throttle position sensor. But when it's doing the going up and down, it's the throttle position sensor, and they can move for as cheap as 500, 600, 700, and you fix yourself a car there. Because I see no engine lights, I only see this high rev, which is a turn off, but not as a train smash for me at all. I'd go for this car. Solid four cylinders. I love that. 1.5 liter, enough power, and you know that I love sedans lately, so passes a lot of, and a wow, a cup holder, and the door bins. I love that. Love that. Must have as much cup holders as as you can, but they omitted that at the back. There's none on this door, but love the fact that it's kind of padded. If I'm not being I don't know what's this weird, but anyways, if I'm not being deceived by this look of this paddy like spongy thingy, but what I love most is that there's electric windows also at the back. So how much would you pay for this car if it sold, if it ended up selling for say 75,000? So gotta pay that extra 5%, obviously. Now let's do the maths together. What's 5% of 75,000? 70, 75,000 times 5% divided by 100. That's 3,750 buyer's premium, and there's a 2,950 that you have to pay standard for document handling fee. 2,3,950. There's a 3. It's the 2. I need to confirm because I downloaded the documents for a reason. Uh, sorry, excuse me for that, guys, but I want to confirm it's a 2,395, not 50. That's a 2,395. Say you got that car at 75,000 rands, right? Now you're paying that 5% and the buyer's premium. Now that's out of the way. It's 6,145 for the buyer's premium and the document handling fee. You then add 15%, which is value added tax. in South Africa. That takes your costs up to it takes your costs up to now let's add this money. Let me just write this one down so I don't forget. I don't forget it. It's 6145 for both these two things. And the 15% of 75,000 will be 25,000 times 15 divided by 100. It will be 11,250. That's 15% plus 11,250. So you end up paying plus 11,250. You end up paying. No, 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 no. It's supposed to be like 6145, which is firstly, which includes the 5% as premium and the 2395 for the documents handling fee, and then it's 17,395 for this 15% value added tax. So let's say plus 17,395. It's 23,540. Now let's add 75,000 rand. This guy is gonna be paying. We're paying a total of 98,000 rands. 98,540. That's a lot. That's a lot. But let's see the year 2022. Okay. Let's see the mileage. 29,000. It's not a lot. It's actually a good amount for this car, cause um, 22 Almera X Center on Facebook Marketplace is selling for way more than 100,000. Now let's check. Even if you make a 20,000, young 20,000 rands profit, that's not a problem. Um, damn, damn. Just thought of something. Um, so let's see. It's a 2022 Nissan Almera Accenta. It's moving for someone is selling it for what? 133,000. It's 1.5 liter. 133. Another is selling it for 108. Another is selling it for. There's not quite a lot of them out there, but you can fetch yourself a profit of about 10, like 15,000 minimum, up to 30,000 rands if you wanna make profit. Especially if you wanna use it, it will be a great family car as well. Now let me show you some more cars. This Nissan Langley will be a good for a collector, and it's light on fuel because it's 1.5. But man, nah, man, nah. I'd buy this just as a beta. You know what's a beta? It's a car that you're willing to use up until it breaks to the last, up until its last breath, basically. Like speed it up, thrash it up until it gives in, it gives up. Because it gives me quite an interesting vibe. Like you can play, have lots of fun in this car. That's what it's giving me. Yeah. What's the top speed? I think it's 1.8, and it's 1.5 liter, man. Sits a clean AF carburetor. No, still is a spare, but I wouldn't buy this. I'm just, it's 9,000 rands, guys. It's not that thing. So if you wanna inherit this trouble, Let's if you are collecting it and want to make it something special with those lights that open. I don't know if they call them angel lights or here's the deal. Even if it's not starting, please tell me it's an automatic. Here's an Audi A4 1.8 liter Ambition B8. It has 180,326 kilometers on the clock and it's moving at 27,000 rand at the moment. It's beautiful. I don't know what's wrong with it. It has four doors, but I'm prepared to spend um, money on an engine if I buy this car on a new engine. Now, let's see if I were to get this car for this amount for like let's say 35,000 at the end of the auction. Let's see the interior. Let's check the comments. There's nothing on the comments, so there's nothing bizarre about it. It wasn't stolen and recovered. It wasn't any fire, and It didn't drown. It's just broken. So something maybe it's something you can fix, or maybe it's something you can't fix. Nice leather sets, easy, sweet. Even if it's a manual, I take you, baby. I take you and buy new motor. Yeah, you're a manual, which means more reliable, anyways. And I'll be moving in an Audi, cruising in an Audi, touching that accelerator, not even pressing it, because hey, I love saving fuel. I love saving fuel, and I know if I were to drive a 1.8, I'll only drive fast on highways. But on city, I'll touch the accelerator. I'll be only releasing the clutch and touch the accelerator just to give it a bit of momentum and leave it because I don't want to waste petrol, but I want to live with this daily too. I know I, I can get myself, I don't know what this gets, but I know I can get a 7 or 8 liters to the 100 with my driving style when I'm on super saving mode when it comes to petrol. Thing goes up to 280, man. Come on, man. Come on. Ignition is on. Okay, so it still displays nice here. Lovely keys. Armrest. Is it a V8? Two, three, four. It's a four cylinder. Not too sure, but it looks like it can be a V8. They would have said something about that. So it's a four cylinder. Now be prepared to buy a new engine. Now how much is not brand new but another working motor, so to speak. Let's see for, how much is an engine for this car. But already I know we're in good profits or we're in a good ride. Either way, because they want so little and so little is broken on the car. I don't know if the gearbox is toast too, but I'll be prepared for the engine, which is the worst that you can pre- 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 prepare for. Engine, right. So the used one is going for 35,000 rands. Good example. Another one is used moving for 39,000 rands. So you know you're looking at what. Another one, I don't know if it's used, but it's moving for 41,000 rands. The other one is 42. So know that you're gonna have to spend yourself around 40,000 in an engine, okay? If you go for this one. But looking at the condition of this engine, even though there's a large cover on it, I can't see deep down within. I don't feel that it needs to be replaced. I feel that you can rebuild this engine. That's what I feel like. Instead of buying a whole new motor for this car. And by the way, if you notice how I keep saying the word motor, it just makes sense. Yeah. I just like how Chips calls it. Man. It just makes sense because motor is like saying motor. Doesn't make it sound any posh or stylish, you understand? So it's a motor. Also, we're gonna be calling it a motor because we salute Chip Musa a lot. He's a G. Nice gear shift, gear stick. It looks like short throws as well. I think it definitely a 6 speed. This one, I look at the legroom for the passengers. I definitely go for it. Um, as it says, coming soon. The vehicle is not yet available for sale. You can watch the vehicle, and we will notify you as soon as it becomes available. So you click watch, and if you're signed in, they'll send you an email as soon as the car goes live on sale. Now something cheap, which will be cheap on fuel as well. Um, Now we're covering all demographics here. People with deep pockets and people with uh shallow pockets. That's us. Shallow pockets. Shallow pockets. Here's a 2005 Run X 1.6. It's a 160i RX. It only has 443 404 400,000 43 400 and 400,000. I can't call out numbers. Wow. 443,180. 443,180 kilometers. That's nothing for these cars. It's not starting. Be prepared to buy a new motor. Be prepared, really. Be prepared to buy a new motor. Any comments on this thing? None. It's moving forward. I think 27, if I saw correctly. Let me see. Nice 17-inch rims. Even though they're not my taste, I changed them. I love 17s, but not this type. You see, this is not my style. Should have gone for like a PBS or sort of. And it seems like it still has the original ones, because maybe one of his 17 popped and he put back a normal one. So I tried with those. I'll sell it with those. Um, let's look at the additional pictures and see if we need a new motor or we are well off this rebuilding. Let's check. Seats at the back need some attention. Seats in the front need some attention. But the car is a high spec one, as of course they did say RX. I knew that there's some extra features for it. Nice dead pedal there to place your foot when you're done with the clutch, and there's some storage in that center console there. That center stack, so to speak, just below the radio, and can take out that old school radio and put a nice Bluetooth radio because the dimensions they are just perfect for a lot of radio systems out there, for a lot of double DINs and single DINs if you want. There's two cup holders on the front, none at the back, one armrest, and it's got an orange gauge cluster because it's an RX. Not idling, so I can't see the health here. Hey, but the mileage is too high, eh? But with Toyota, you know that this is nothing. You don't have to buy a new engine, you can still rebuild this engine. Never mind those wires, that are all over. You can just, what's the thing called? Code. I've forgotten the name, but you can just ensure that they are rolled back or tape. You can tape them nicely and take out the head, the cylinder head, take out all the spark plugs, put new spark plugs, change the gaskets, see if it turns when you turn the crankshaft or shafts, if it's a double cab. I don't know what's the spare wheel, four electric windows. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna be ending this video. You guys definitely have yourselves a good day, because I'm definitely having myself a great one. Yeah, peace.